Hi everyone, this is me Liz with 143 Handmade, and today I'm going to do another share of my story scroll, as I've decided to call it. And I haven't really done a lot over here. I've tacked on a few pieces of fabric that I'm going to stitch in later. I've added in some detail in this flower. I'm not done, and we'll go back and I will add more stitches, more of this lighter pink, I think. And I've started stitching on this butterfly, but it's not quite done. Because what I'll do is I'll just, whenever I can, I'll just pick up my needle and thread and just throughout my day, and I'll do as much as I can with that length of thread. And then I'll put it down and go do something else, and then, you know, come back to it. Because I have a lot of animals and kids and whatnot coming and going, and well, I only have 2 kids in the house still, but, you know, well, there's a lot going on in my house, and so I don't have long stretches of time to stitch at one time. And so that's how I work on big projects like this, is where I will just kind of have it set up. And that way, whenever I have a few minutes, I can do a thread. I am super pleased with how this butterfly turned out. Still haven't done the body yet. I'm going to, I have a couple of different things I'm going to try out. Like some ribbons. I'm going to see how I feel about creating like a body out of some ribbon and just couching it down based on what I have. Maybe even just a bit of black lace. You know, I'm going to try a couple of different things. Maybe even, well, no, because it's going to roll. I was going to say a pipe cleaner, but, or chenille stem, but no, because the metal, I don't want, you know, it's not going to be flat. It's going to roll and unroll, so it needs to be very flexible. But yeah, I really like the idea of potentially of a little bit of just black lace as the body for that one. And then I've come back in and I've done some of those little guys. And so, and then I also cut my backing fabric. So this is longer than my pieces, simply because that's just happened to be, you know, I just did it full width of fabric and then cut off my salvaged edge, or salvage, I'm not sure which way you're supposed to say it. Tomato, I think. But that's what's going to fit. After I'm done doing all the stitching, then I'm just going to do a running stitch, you know, around the whole edge to anchor the 2 fabrics together. And that will give it just a little bit of, you know, I might even put batting in there, I'm not sure. Because I really didn't know what this was going to be, and I didn't know how much weight it was going to carry, I didn't back it with anything. There's no stabilizer or anything, which is not ideal. But, you know, this is just a fun, silly little project for myself, so it's not a big deal. But if you're going to attempt something like this, I would recommend using some sort of stabilizer on the back that's still stitchable. There's a bunch of different ones on the market, just depending on where you are and what you have. Even just a couple layers of fabric as opposed to just a single layer of fabric would help stabilize it quite a bit. But so this is going to fit like so, just getting it straightened out, you know, roughly. And then this is going to wrap around like so, and then I'm going to stitch this to that with just a little running stitch to hold that on. And then that still leaves this little gap, right? And I thought about, well, just cutting that off, which I totally could do. But I decided instead to, after I know for sure where that's going to be, I'm going to stitch on this little, excuse me, I don't know why my voice did that, but stitch on this, and it's going to be a little pocket, so that way I can put a little piece of paper in there that kind of gives the story, you know, of the scroll, and my name and dates and all of that stuff. And it will be just tucked in there at the back, and, you know, most of the time when I'm playing with it with a little person, that little piece of paper will probably just stay right in the pocket and not even come into play. But yeah, I was thinking that would kind of tuck over the bottom edge of that, like so, and then I would stitch this all together, you know, just a running stitch to hold that. And obviously I'm going to do these sides first. Well, I don't know, I might go ahead and stitch this first, and then that way the sides are for sure where they're going to be. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. But as you can see, it's gonna overlap this edge just a little bit, and that's okay. I'm just gonna remember that and not do a huge amount of detail right here at the end. You know, much past this, the third little thingy, and then that will be the last of my stitch details will be along this line. So that's my plans, and I'm just gonna keep working on it. This is one of those little projects that, you know, I'm not sure how long this will take me. I will probably end up putting this aside here in just a minute, and so I can start finishing up my Christmas presents for everybody. But I kind of like to do a project like this for myself right at the beginning of my Christmas crafting. And I don't know, it helps the juices flow and everything, you know, through the crafting holiday season. I'm not loving this butterfly, so I think I'm going to take that one out. But there's my sweetie saying hurt hi. But in another video after my hand heals up, I will show how I put those beads on there. Because I don't know that I did it in a traditional, typical way. Probably, but you know, I will be sharing that soon. And I just want to say thank you, and I just want to tell you that I appreciate every single minute we spend together, and I highly encourage everyone to learn something new every day. Thank you.